Football trophies are sacred. From spittoons to axes, symbols of animosity and history between two programs. And today, one of the more obscure trophies at stake for the hotly contested Illinois. Welcome. The Buckeyes will kick it off to get us underway. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Illinois' offense will have the ball first. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets him out to the 25-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Finley. Throws for the tight end. And the defense getting a hand in there on third down. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will take the field for the first time. And they are led up front by a powerful offensive line that opens up an array of possibilities, Jesse.
No question it's the identity of this offense. Multiple players up front that are going to play in the National Football League. This unit is going to be up for the Joe Moore Award at the end of the year for the outstanding O-line, David. They are going to try and establish the line of scrimmage with their physicality.
Man, it's a tremendous challenge with this defensive line because you know that. Like, you've got to be aggressive. You've got to be physical. I've got to take away their ability to run the football first. This unit's nasty. They're dirty. I love it.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Touchdown, Ohio State. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Now, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Illinois offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Plenty of distance between him and the sticks here on second down. To the air, it's Finley, working that wide receiver screen. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Hang on, Sloopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Looking downfield on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. So now it's second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. They'll run it from the gun. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. They'll get him on the ground after a pickup of 3 to the 28. And the Buckeyes line up trying to move the sticks on third and short. He'll set up to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a fourth down. This is well within field goal range, but the kicker will stay on the sideline, and the offense will... There he goes! Picks up enough to get them first and 10 from the 13. The Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Swings it out to his running back. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Fires to the end zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Absolutely center cut. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. This rivalry more than a century old, with the Buckeyes dominating most of the time.
Just think about that. All this time, these Ohio State and Illinois fans have been talking about and looking forward to this rivalry. To your point, absolutely. Ohio State, more often than not, has been on the winning side of it. And Illinois now, David, they're going to be trying to create a little new trend here.
Yeah, try to get some mojo. Try to get some momentum on there.
Picked off. What a way to set him up. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Gets rid of it. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. This time it's complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The Buckeyes have pushed it inside the 20. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Behind the chains now on second and long. Off play action. Lets it fly deep downfield. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Navy is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a tight game.
Back to throw, it's Finley.
They're up by 4 over Notre Dame. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Caught behind the line. It's Turner. They'll get him on the ground, but not before Illinois picks up the first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air on first down. He lets it fly. And that will fall incomplete as we have played one quarter, a quarter in which they tried to wrap it up with a huge play. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, he'll throw it. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Firing to the right, complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Working that left side now. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
And the Buckeyes send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. To the air, it's Finley. Oh, they're after him. Had to get rid of it quickly. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He wants to take the top off. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Nose is ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. They try to pop a run on the draw. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. The Buckeyes come to to the line with a fresh set of downs. Been showing them the run. Now they'll throw it. Finds his big tight end. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Wants to fire on second down. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
Pass interference. Defense.
So given where the line of scrimmage was on that last play, the pass interference penalty in the end zone will put the ball at the 2. Trying to slam in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
They'll run the sneak for it. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Back to throw, it's Finley. And the defense, got him at the 27.
And it's amazing that they're only trailing by a couple of points in this game because they've turned it over a couple times and they've been sacked a couple times right now. They have no rhythm on offense right now. You have got to give the defense tons of credit. They are dominating in the trenches. That's the big story so far.
The Illini just added to its workload after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Fighting Illini facing a 3rd and long to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
The throw to the outside is complete. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. The run from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun to give, looking for room. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff that becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? Comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. Illinois lining up quickly. Looking to pass. It's Finley. Fires to the wideout. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the air on 2nd down. Shoots it to the left. It's caught downfield. Gets him down at the 30 after a 15-yard pickup. They are threatening, and they have a 1st down. Looking left. A strike downfield. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw again. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done, and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Wisconsin has the lead right now. Feels like Bucky's been doing his share of push-ups, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by 7 over USC. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have Big Ten fans buzzing all week. Guys?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Dropping back, it's Finley. Gets it out fast. They'll immediately call timeout. They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down.
Timeout, Illinois.
Running to Green. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move.
And that's a 1st down for the offense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Illinois right back to the line. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Opening play of the drive from the 39. He'll start this drive going to the air. Complete in the middle. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The give to the back. Got enough for the first. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight end and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge game? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. This one will be a 45-yard attempt, and he'll kick it from the left side. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, the Illibuck is on the line, and already Ohio State and Illinois have given us some stirring moments. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the battle between Ohio State and Illinois plays out.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Hold and fire complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. The give to the running back from the shotgun. The trophy that the Buckeyes and Illini play for, the Illibuck, guys, is a giant wooden turtle.
Imagine that, man. You're having to put your trophies in a water tank and feed it. It's probably the only trophy that ever had that ability. It's incredible. It was nurtured. Maybe a little bit different story now, David, but that is pretty cool history, Reese.
Yeah, and I guess you really only need one turtle every 100 years, so the trophy's not expensive. I guess you just got to take care of it, and every year you pass a live living animal. That's why they changed it.
And the Buckeyes will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Tight end finds a soft spot. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Gives it to the back on the draw. Here it is trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. It'll be a draw. Past the first down marker and still running. He's now up to 83 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. Out of the gun, the give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Sends it back in motion. Red pass hits complete. Turning it on. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. The Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Beck's going for the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You've got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They'll try the run. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down.
First down for the offense.
Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds. And now on 2nd down for this offense.
Second down coming up.
Back to pass, it's Finley. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little bit.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Lets it fly. Wide open downfield. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll go to the ground. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And man, this defense added again. They've done this so much today. Affected the quarterback, gotten sacks, forced 3rd and long situations. It doesn't matter about the yards on the drive. Now you put them in a very predictable passing situation.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And he throws another interception.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. The give to the tailback. Running into the open space. Lots of running room. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Buckeyes starting to pull away from this one, and Illinois is in
trouble. First of all, we all know Ohio State's the more talented team every time they play. Illinois knows that going into. They need things to go right. Not everything going right in this rivalry game. The wheels are starting to come off, Palmer.
Yeah, you're right, David. In this game, this is really Illinois' national championship. Ohio State's expected to win, but you're never sure what their headspace is going to be coming into it. They came in here locked and loaded and focused, and they're showing it here in the second half.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Navy is running away with this one. We haven't seen this type of giddy-up from Bill the GOAT in an awful long time. They're up by 25 over Notre Dame. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Second down coming up.
Second down coming up.
Looking for a man. It's Finley. Finds his tight end. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. Illinois lining up to punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll take it on the return. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The give to the back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Keep it on the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, the running back has it. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, running back on the move. At the 20, he's got space. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State. The lead gets bigger here in the fourth quarter, and their run continues, about to go 8-0.
Now, honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field and lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The Illinois offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking for a man. It's Finley. Unloads to the right. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside give. Navigates that massive bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
First down for the offense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. Illinois needs a big play here on 3rd and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. They go to the wide receiver screen. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Give to the running back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Power football with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll run it from the gun. Tough, hard-nosed running. He got 3, but he needed 4. It's 4th down and 1. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Here comes the Illini offense back onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the...
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they turn it into a defensive score. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense here in the 4th quarter. They're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Illinois offense returns to the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown 1 in my life, but yes, I do.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And this defense, they got their ears pulled back. They know exactly what time it is with a big lead in the 4th quarter. They've already got a bunch of sacks on the day today, and they're looking for more.
Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Scanning the field, it's Finley. He'll try to do it himself. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact. Illinois runs the punt unit onto the field. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum.
Breaks into the open. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. We reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. He has the first and still on his feet. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. To the ground with the back. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great game.
Hardly unusual. It is a trophy that many aren't even aware exists, but Ohio State will once again take home the second oldest trophy in the Big Ten, the Illinois. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.